Yeah, positive. How's it going, everybody? Got for you guys today a Wi-Fi battle, and if you guys do enjoy this battle, then make sure to hit the like button, guys. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, there's one thing I want to talk about before I talk about team preview, and I think I'm going to stop the 2 uploads a day just because a couple days I've been doing that, and the support really hasn't been there. And I know there's some of you guys that really did enjoy the 2 uploads a day, but a majority of you guys don't really seem to like it, I guess. I may do it again sometime down the line. Just for right now, I'll probably do the daily uploads, and of course Wi-Fi battles will be uploaded every other day. And looking into your preview, this is going to be an NU battle against a old buddy of mine. Some of you may remember him, WeedleTwinNeedle. He actually uploaded his side of our battle, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description as well, so you guys can go check him out and check out his side of the battle. So this is an NU battle, and going into this battle, the biggest threat I saw on his team was easily going to be that chat out, just because if it does turn out to be sub with chatter, or sub encore with chatter, or sub nasty plot with chatter, then it's going to be a major pain to deal with. So he's going to be leading off with the Ursaring, as I'm going to be leading off with my Toad. He ends up going for the substitute, which kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I remember reading on the Smogon forums that substitute Ursaring used to carry bulk up, so I was thinking, oh crap, he's going to start bulking up and I'm going to get utterly swept by this Ursaring. Luckily though, that does not turn out to be the case, as I'm able to break his substitute after he goes for the return. He's then going to follow it up with going for an Earthquake, as I guess maybe thinking I would want to switch out, but honestly I cannot allow this Ursaring to freely set up, so I'm going to stay in, go for the Scald, risking me possibly giving him the Guts boost. I guess looking back at it, I should have Earthquake. Then again, he could have switched out, so I guess Scald wasn't too bad of a play, as he's able to knock me out with the return. I can now get a free switch into my Mesper, and I do actually carry enough speed on this Mesper to outspeed Jolly Ursaring by 1 point, so I'm going to be able to knock him out with the Psychic as he brings in the Sceptile. I play extremely bad around this Sceptile, because honestly the only thing on my team for his Quillfish is this Mesprit, and I'm gonna leave it in, not wanting to allow the Sceptile to possibly set up a Swords Dance or get up a free substitute, because if I do so, then it could turn out to be a really big problem. But he's playing this brilliantly, because he's not only wearing me down with Life Orb, but he's bringing himself down to possible overgrow range, to where he can have an easier chance of knocking me out. And after all those turns of Life Orb recoil, he doesn't even need to be brought down to overgrow range to knock me out with the Energy Ball, as I can now get a free switch into my Kangaskhan. I can basically just go for a fake out, plus I really do not want to mess around with the Sceptile, because it could turn out to be a big problem. As he brings in the Quillfish, this Quillfish switching was very obvious, but as I said, I did not want to mess around with that Sceptile. So unfortunately, because of the Intimidate drop, I am going to be forced to switch out. Plus there's a chance his Quillfish could carry Thunder Wave, and I really do not want my Kangaskhan to get paralyzed. So I decided to switch directly into my Spiritomb, because this is Crowtomb, which is max defense and max HP, Rest, Talk, Calm Mind, Dark Pulse Spiritomb, which I knew could possibly sweep through his team after maybe 2 Calm Minds. So I thought this would be a good chance for me to start setting up. So predicting him to want to go for the Waterfall, I'm actually going to go for the Rest, so I can start Sleep Talking and maybe pulling some Calm Minds. Unfortunately, he switches directly into Sceptile, and I guess looking back at it, I could have gone straight for the Dark Pulse. I actually thought about going for the Dark Pulse, but I was like, well, if he flinches me and stuff, then I'd rather just be able to rest and just, I don't know, I guess Rest really wasn't a bad play, but at the same time it wasn't my best play to do. So I switch into my Hariyama. Unfortunately, this is the only Pokemon that I have to switch in that can take a hit from Sceptile, and it's severely weakened, also meaning that that Magmortar has just become an even bigger threat to my team. As I get a crit with the knockoff, I have the Bullet Punch, so I doubt the knockoff crit really matters, because I'm very positive that I would have been able to knock him out with the Bullet Punch next turn. As he brings in this Chatot, I am not going to mess around with this thing. I'm going to go straight for the Bullet Punch, just try to get off as much damage as I can, hopefully bringing it down to the point where my Kangaskhan can knock it out with the Fake Out. And much like Sceptile, Chatot is a threat. Chatot was the #1 threat from the beginning. I cannot mess around with that thing, so I'm going to go straight for the Fake Out, and he knows this, so he's going to make the safe switch back into the Quillfish, which honestly, the fact that he keeps switching in Quillfish is actually kind of good for me, just for the sole fact that if I'm able to wear down this Quillfish low enough, then my Kangaskhan might actually be able to win me the battle. So predicting him to just want to go for another Thunder Wave, or maybe even go for like a waterfall or something along those lines, I switch right into my Garbodor as he makes a very nice double switch, knowing that I would want to switch out, and I'm very positive that I should be able to live any one attack just because Garbodor does have very respectable bulk, plus Chatot doesn't have the greatest special attack around. As I just barely live that Boom Burst, I'm going to get up a layer of spikes, and you're going to see that that one layer of spikes is very crucial in this game. So we end up bringing in the Magmortar. I have to leave in my Garbodor for Death Fodder because nothing that I have left wants to switch into a Fire Blast, and at this point I don't really need Garbodor because I was already able to get up a layer of spikes. So I bring in my Kangaskhan, and I was just hoping and praying that he did not have the Flame Body, so I'm going to go straight for the Fake Out. I was actually very close to going for the Drain Punch because I thought that he would predict me to return, predicting him to bring in Quillfish, so I could have Drain Punched the incoming Cradily, but in the long run I knew that even if I did Fake Out, Drain Punch should still do enough to the point where even after Recover I can still kind of beat Cradily one-on-one. But he makes a very questionable play, and instead of going for the Recover, he goes straight for the Energy Ball, so I'm guessing he doesn't have Toxic, because with Drain Punch and Toxic he might have been able to beat my Kangaskhan one-on-one. So thankfully for me, I'm able to get rid of that Cradily, which is really great, as he brings back in the Quillfish because of that extra layer of spikes that I got. No, because of that layer of spikes I got up, sorry, I can get off that extra bit of damage to wear down this Quillfish. So I'm going to switch right into my Spiritomb. I really don't care if he wants to predict this and switches down to Magmortar, because all I need to do is just get off another entry hazard switching on that Quillfish, and I should bring it down to the point where my Kangaskhan will be able to knock it out with the return even after the Intimidate. So he does double out into Magmortar, predicting me to bring in Spiritomb, but it really doesn't matter because I'm actually able to live the Fire Blast and luckily do not get fully paralyzed. And at this point his last Pokemon is going to be that Quillfish, which even if he knocks out my Spiritomb, I can then bring in Kangaskhan and knock it out with a return. So either way, at this point the battle is basically over, and it turns out that I'm actually going to be able to live this waterfall and thankfully not get flinched or paralyzed, and Spiritomb is going to clutch me the victory, and that is going to be the 2-0 victory in my favor. So yeah, that was definitely an intense battle. I actually got really worried near the end because I thought that he was going to be able to beat me with Quillfish and Magmortar. Luckily though, with our Garbodor being able to just barely live the Boom Burst from Chatot, I was able to get up that final little hazard that I needed to ensure me the victory. And it just goes to show you that even one layer of spikes can really go a long way in conjunction with stealth rocks or even toxic spikes at times. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the battle, and if you did, you know what to do, guys. Make sure to hit the like button. The support is greatly appreciated, and if you missed my 2 uploads from yesterday, those 2 links are on your screen right now, as well as a link to my previous Wi-Fi battle if you missed that. And with that being said, guys, I will see you all tomorrow.